Pacheco. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the colors of the USA and Israel. En la esquina roja, vestido los colores americanos y israelíes. Su peso oficial, 113 libras y un cuarto. He weighed in at an identical 113 1/4 pounds. En su tercer combate a nivel profesional, con 2 victorias, ambas victorias por la vía del knockout. Tonight, he enters the ring for the 3rd time as a pro, with 2 victories, both of his victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Nadia, Israel, David, the David Alaverdian.
Ok, mucho cuidado con las cabezas, golpes abajo, ok. Saludo, sonando la campana, nos venimos a pelear, ok. Vamos. Me quitan la vaselina esa de ahí, por favor.
Our opening bout in the flyweight division, set for 4 rounds, David Alaverdian versus Daniel Pacheco. Our tale of the tape is presented by Rival Boxing Gear.
Oh, I like these guys. They're shorter than I am. Alaverdian a little bit older, a little bit taller, has an inch in reach, so evenly matched, at least on paper.
The bell in round number 1. Our inaugural bout, our inaugural event. Guy Taylor and Terry Holland's World Cup Boxing Series, live on Fight Worldwide from Centennial Sports Hall, Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico.
Alaverdian, even though 27 years of age, with his second pro fight, had a lot of amateur experience, over 90 fights. Pacheco only 2. Not the greatest record for Pacheco, 4-5 with 2 KOs, but he does come off 2 straight victories against the unbeaten Alaverdian, 2-0 with 2 KOs.
The Israeli, David Alaverdian, his trunks, the American flag. He's living now in Las Vegas. The Israeli flag, his birth nation.
And Alaverdian
for the Mexican, Daniel Pacheco.
Alaverdian's been working with a guy you and I became familiar with, Kazuto Ioka. He's been training with him in Las Vegas.
Forward pressure from Pacheco. Alaverdian, as you mentioned, Smitty, a phenomenal amateur career, represented Israel in both the European and World Championships. 2-0. Both of those professional wins by way of 1st-round knockout. Slight step up in competition against Pacheco, who enters 4-5, but has won in his last 3 of 4 bouts. 40 remaining, round number 1.
In case the audience doesn't know Kazuto Ioka, look him up. He's a current world champion, a 4-weight division world champion from Japan. We called one of his fights there, and he is a guy that will be someday with me at the International Boxing Hall of Fame, because I think he'll definitely be an inductee someday on that event that I host each year. Not this year because of the pandemic, but again in 2022.
Alaverdian, 1-1-2, working off of the jab quickly.
Slick boxer, Alaverdian. Likes to, as you mentioned, work off the jab. Moves well. There he switches.
60 seconds remaining, round number 1. The scheduled 4-rounder at 112 pounds. Right hand misses from Pacheco. Pacheco switch of stances, got off balance with the right hand, resets.
He's off the southpaw style now. He's an orthodox fighter, but...
Right uppercut in that last sequence for Alaverdian. 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. Right hand from the Israeli Alaverdian. Fast jab again. Nothing on that hook to the body. Pacheco pulled it back. Good left hand clubbing on the overhand.
Alaverdian quick-fisted, you can see that. Pacheco trying to land some hooks on the inside, but I think the better bet for Pacheco would be to try and get on the inside.
Alaverdian continuing to work off of the 1. Throws the 2 there, the right hand. That lands. Again back to the jab. Switch of stances, and that is the end of round number 1. Still to come tonight, Live worldwide on Fight, our inaugural World Cup Boxing Series event. In our co-main event, you will see the first of 2 title bouts this evening for the inaugural WBC Continental Latin Bridgerweight Championship, and that is what the WBC is now doing, 201 to 224 pounds.
And he's not even reaching for the shot.
Joanny Bruzon, the Cuban, versus the Mexican Herman Garcia, and then our highly intriguing and highly anticipated main event, scheduled for 10 rounds for the vacant WBO Latino super middleweight title, the undefeated Guatemalan Lester Martinez versus the hard-hitting fighter from here in Mexico, Gabriel Lopez.
Okay? Just keep the work rate up.
Good first round for Alaverdian. Boxing. I was going to say primarily as an orthodox, but he mixed it up so much there. He kind of was between orthodox and southpaw the entire way and got away with it and clearly won the opening round over Pacheco.
Round number 2, the first ever second round of this is 3rd pro fight for Alaverdian. In his previous 2 pro bouts, he claimed first round victory by way of knockout. And again, Pacheco, entering his 10th pro bout, a step up in competition. Pacheco started his pro career 1-4, but again, enters victorious in his last 2 fights and with 3 wins in his last 4. Pacheco said of Alaverdian, I respect his amateur pedigree. I feel that I'm stronger, and I have a brawling style that I don't know if he can contend with. But right now, it's Alaverdian trying to make Pacheco contend with that fast jab, just like that on cue.
Pacheco did get a few shots in there. What would help him to try to work on the inside would be, I think he should get a little bit lower than he is and come in with his own jab. Instead of just walking in like that, trying to land hooks, I think it would behoove him to come in with the jab. And once he's in, I would stay in against this slick boxing Alaverdian.
Doubling and tripling the jab again, David Alaverdian. There's the right hand. Pacheco trying to find a way in to the body. See Smitty, Daniel Pacheco often reaching with the right hand.
And that's where when you come in behind the jab, it's going to give you some protection. It's going to help you get in. That's why we call it the can opener. A lot of good things happen. Even if you don't have the greatest jab in the world, just put it right out there to the body. That sequence there where he came in, if he'd come in behind the jab and then get in there and stay in there. Not easy against Alaverdian, who we mentioned, a tremendous amateur career and a slick boxer, and he switches up a lot here early in the
Constant
fight.
switching of stances for Alaverdian. Back to orthodox. That hook to the body. That's an uppercut to the body with the left hand for Alaverdian. 60 seconds remaining, round number 2. There's the reach off of the jab and the counter right back from Alaverdian. Overhand right. See Pacheco looking for the level change, trying to find his way into the pocket.
And he landed. Pacheco did a couple of nice jabs, but not letting it go enough. Sometimes when a guy is shorter and less reach, you think in your head, that you can't use the jab, but you can. It's your best friend in there.
Hook to the body. There's the right uppercut, right hand. Good sequence for Pacheco.
But backed out to admire his work, and I don't think he should have.
Alaverdian walking through those punches, just misses as he turned over the left hand.
Now, that was a nice left hook that Alaverdian threw and missed, but he had some good stuff on it.
Snap jab again from the Israeli, David Alaverdian. Final seconds now, round number 2. Back to the body goes Pacheco. It's not the same commitment in the power punches from Pacheco we're seeing from Alaverdian. At least at this stage of the fight. Nearing the halfway line, there is the bell. Next stop, round number 3.
Another good round for Alaverdian, primarily utilizing his boxing skills, his quicker hands, his better feet thus far. Take a look at some of the action in round number 2. Most of the good stuff provided by Alaverdian. There he avoids a shot, throws a 1-2, glancing shots. There's a nice jab by Alaverdian. Nice uppercut. Pretty fluid fighter, Alaverdian. There he digs the uppercut. One of the things I think that one of my pet peeves about these guys that switch so damn much is I think it takes away from your power when you're constantly thinking about switching. It just can take away from getting set on your punches. Again, there's a guy named, a buddy of mine named Bud Crawford who knows how to do it pretty well, but I don't recommend it for most fighters.
The start of round number 3. Tonight's Fight Clock is presented by PES, results driven online at pe-subs.com. Alaverdian told us, Smitty, in our fighter meeting, I'm going to be slick, keep moving off of the jab. Check and check, at least through the opening 2 rounds. There's a clubbing overhand left from the southpaw stance, and then the switch right back to orthodox. Slipping those punches, pairing those punches. Pacheco is Alaverdian. Alaverdian right back to the snap jab. Can you see Pacheco reaching with the right hand?
Good body shot there by Alaverdian.
Alaverdian continuing to walk forward. There's the left hook. Credit Pacheco, he's still throwing. Finding his best moments on the inside in the mid-range. That's when he's taking himself off balance.
And again, when he gets something done, on the inside, he backs out for whatever reason. I don't know. Haven't seen him fight before, if that's his style or what, but he has some success on the inside and backs away. And I think his best stuff would be right there in the pocket against the much better boxer, Alaverdian.
Alaverdian looking very fluid, very technical.
Yeah, you can see that amateur pedigree. Again, 90 fights, won some different titles along the way.
Good left hand. Forward pressure from Alaverdian.
Pacheco just took a big, deep breath after Alaverdian landed a nice, hard, straight left.
There's a counter right hand on the overhand from Pacheco. That backed off Alaverdian, who again comes forward. Off of the jab, big left hand. It switches right back to orthodox from southpaw. To the inside, clubbing right hand. Good turnout from Pacheco, looking the corner. Looking the counter. To the body, left hand right back.
One thing I like about Alaverdian is he doesn't waste any shots. Very accurate. Doesn't throw everything hard. Again, despite only being in his second pro fight, a lot to like. Not big power. I think the best thing I've seen so far in terms of power from him is that straight left hand and looping left hand off the southpaw style. But that, where he's at now, is where he tells us he's normally at as an orthodox fighter.
30 seconds remaining, round number 3. Right to the body.
In addition to the good offense by Alaverdian, very responsible defense. And you see him in tight there, blocking shots.
Good uppercut from Alaverdian. Jab right back from Pacheco, misses the mark. Closing stages, round number 3. Right hand misses from Pacheco. Pacheco again trying to find his way into the pocket, to the body. Snap jab. That is the end of round 3.
Really like the last body shot that Alaverdian threw right before the end of the round there. He really put something on that left hook to the body. Pacheco just can't seem to find the range. When he does kind of get there and lands a shot or two, he backs his way out. It's really not Alaverdian moving out, it's Pacheco backing out. See the jab? There's that beautiful looping left hand. Just missed with a hook there, lands a clubbing right hand, Alaverdian does. On the inside, good defense. Pacheco managed to slip in a left. There's that clubbing left hand again off the southpaw. That's the shot I like right there by Alaverdian.
Referee Julio Cesar Mariscal, who's done a great job of letting this fight flow, telling the fighters to touch gloves as we start the 4th and final round. Smitty, I'm guessing pretty straightforward on your unofficial scorecard.
3-zip.
3-0, 30-27 Alaverdian. Difficult to really see it any other way. It's been a very slick technical performance from Alaverdian. The highly accomplished amateur from Israel represented his nation in 3 separate world championships, now in his 3rd pro fight. See the gameness, though, of Daniel Pacheco in his 10th pro fight. Again, Pacheco doing his best work when he's coming to the inside. He's been solving that jab to get to the inside, though, for Pacheco.
And Pacheco landed a really nice left hook in there a few moments ago on the inside. That's the vulnerable spot, I think, for Alaverdian, is I can see openings from time to time on the inside for the left hook to land.
1 minute gone, fourth and final round. Again, the forward pressure of David Alaverdian. Nothing on that jab from Pacheco. 1-2 right back from Alaverdian.
Pacheco should automatically have a good left hand just from being from Culiacan, right?
This is one of the hotbeds of Mexican boxing, the state of Sinaloa. We're in the gorgeous city in Sinaloa, Los Mochis. Big right hand on the step in from Alaverdian.
And caught to the body right at the end. He was backing off already.
Oh, that's a clean 1-2, the right turning the head of Pacheco.
That's a better one.
There's the jab again from Alaverdian. Pacheco just not finding an answer to that jab of Alaverdian. That was evident from the first 20 seconds of this fight. Evident with 70 seconds now remaining, fourth and final round. To the body, doesn't get through. Counter left, right back from Pacheco, doesn't get through. So from Alaverdian, just missed the left hook, lands that jab. Continual switches of stances from David Alaverdian. As I say that on cue, he goes right back to the right-handed stance. Big hook to the body.
You could hear that one. That was a nice, he put something behind that, Alaverdian did.
30 seconds now remaining in this fight. Alaverdian with the right hand. Alaverdian again off of the jab. Continually doubling and tripling up the jab throughout this fight, Alaverdian. Pacheco not solving that striking guard. The fighters now looking for one more big shot. Hook to the body from Alaverdian. Pacheco misses with the right, countered with the uppercut. That is the end of the fight. Nice moment between these two men. Mutual respect.
Alaverdian came in here 2-0 with 2 KOs. Goes to the scorecards this time, but I think he'll be rewarded with another W. I have it pretty easy to score, 40-36. Good boxing skills by Alaverdian. Showed good dexterity, hand and feet, and as I mentioned, responsible defense. Not a lot of power, but enough boxing skills to get it an easy win here. Each round was sort of a carbon copy of the prior one, Sean, with young man there, Alaverdian, utilizing his boxing skills. Both hands. There's good defense that I mentioned. Throws out a jab. There's a nice 1-2. Follows it up with a left hook so he doesn't get off balance. Had some nice jabs. Fended off that shot by Pacheco.
This feels like this will be a straightforward 4-0, 40-36 for David Alaverdian. We shall see. The judges for this bout and our next 2 bouts to follow have been assigned by the AOME Athletic Commission. In our co-main, you will see WBC judges, and in our main event, WBO judges. We send it to Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going all 4 rounds, all 3 judges turn in identical scorecards of 40-36. Damas y caballeros, después de completar las 4 vueltas, los 3 jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 40-36. Los 3 al favor del ganador. Por decisión unánime in favor of the winner. By way of unanimous decision. The David Alaverdian.
The Israeli, now based in Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States, David Alaverdian advances to 3-0 with that unanimous decision win. 40-36, 4-0 across the board. Alaverdian, the 27-year-old, highly decorated amateur for Israel, definitely a fighter to watch in the flyweight division.
Yeah, there's a lot to like with Alaverdian. That tremendous amateur pedigree. You can see the technique, combination punches, and he's added some of the pro stuff. Working with Kazuto Ioka, the world champion from Japan, certainly can't hurt him. They trained together in Las Vegas. And
Pacheco was very game, Smitty. Tried to work his way in, but too much slickness, too much skill from David Alaverdian. In our opening bout of the evening, the winner by way of unanimous decision, David Alaverdian defeats Daniel Pacheco.